Hey guys, Coach Hayley here, and today we're going to talk about strength training and why it matters so much to building a better metabolism. So today I want to talk about kind of the nuts and bolts of what strength training is, what strength training isn't, and also maybe debunk some myths about what's going to give you different aesthetic effects. All right, so what is strength training? Strength training is essentially going to be any types of exercises that are going to ask your body to adapt under a load. And depending on where you are in your own individual journey, that could mean body weight exercise and that could mean barbell exercises. It kind of just depends on where you're at and what you need to do as an individual to challenge yourself in a way that's going to ask your body to adapt. Our bodies are incredible things. Our ability to adapt to different stimuluses is pretty impressive. The one problem that I see for lots of training clients, and this is both in sessions and when you're working out on your own, is that you're just not pushing yourself to pick up a heavy enough weight. We have this, let's debunk one myth. There's this myth that if we pick up a lighter weight and we do enough repetitions with it, that we're going to create leaner, longer looking muscles. And this is just simply not true. If we don't pick up a weight that is heavy enough to ask our body to adapt to it, then we're not going to build anything. Simply put, the shape and size of your muscle is dictated by genetics and genetics only. Okay, so there's no magical thing that you can do that is going to all of a sudden give you these longer, leaner looking muscles. The only thing that you can do to help give you that, and we'll just, we'll throw the word tone out there, that tone look, is by building up muscle and then losing body fat to reveal the look or the outline of the muscle. That's how you get that tone look. All right. Back to what I was saying about how I often notice that clients don't quite push themselves enough. And if you ever train with me in person, then you know that I am constantly telling you, go pick up a heavier weight. Can you do a heavier weight? Can you do more reps? Let's talk about working to failure. If you are working within a set rep range, okay, so different rep ranges do different things. If we're working in a slightly higher rep range, it's probably because we're trying to build some endurance for the muscle. If we are working in a much lower rep range, and I'll qualify that as like low rep range being like 5 or 6 reps, and a high rep range for endurance being like 12 reps or more. If we're working in that much lower rep range, we're working on building strength. And then kind of in between those rep ranges, we're working on hypertrophy, which is where we're just trying to grow the muscle. So let's say we're working in the 8 rep range, okay? So we're doing 8 repetitions of an exercise. So let's choose we're doing a row, okay? So if you get to rep number 8 with whatever weight you chose, and you feel like you've got several more in the tank, like you could probably push that weight for another 3, 4, 5 reps, then you need to go heavier in order to get the effect that you're looking for. You need to go and choose a heavier weight. Something that I sometimes ask clients to do when they pick a weight, and like let's say they're working in that 8 rep range. Let's say they pick up a 25-pound dumbbell and they're going to do 8 rows with that dumbbell. I'll say, all right, you know what? I have a feeling you can pick up a heavier weight. Let's see how many rows you can do with that weight until you hit failure. And failure being that you can no longer lift the weight, you can no longer complete a full repetition. And I've had clients able to do like 22 plus reps with the weight that they chose for the 8 rep range. All right, so that is a huge indicator to me that client is not picking up a heavy enough weight. The act of strength training is to sort of break down your muscle a little bit. All right, we're creating these little micro tears in the muscle when we're doing strength training. So it's in the recovery process that we're actually going to start to get stronger, the recovery process where we're going to eat some protein, we're going to make sure that we're hydrated, we're going to physically rest our bodies so that our bodies can recuperate, rebuild the muscle, we come back stronger, we're adapting to the stimulus. All right, if we are not asking our muscle to work hard enough, we're literally not going to create those little micro tears, and then there's nothing to restore, nothing to recover. All right, so it's really, really important that you are consistently sort of questioning yourself, and this is up to you as an individual. As coaches, we can do our best to say, hey, I don't think you're picking up a heavy enough weight. But as an individual, on your own, you have to say to yourself, like, can I do more reps? Am I choosing a heavy enough weight? All right. A rule that you'll hear some of the coaches say in the studio is, if you feel like you can do a couple more reps at that rep range with that weight, it's time to go up. If you feel like you're just barely getting to the last number of that rep range, we might want to scale down. Okay, so always kind of questioning, am I choosing a heavy enough weight? Am I trying to challenge myself enough? All right. Working within different rep ranges, I think, is really important. Kind of, again, depending on where you are in your journey, you may want to stick with working on endurance for a little bit longer. You may want to stick with working in, more of a maximal strength set for a longer period of time. But the average person, we do well with kind of varying up our rep ranges and trying to work with much heavier weights, as well as doing things where we're trying to work with a slightly higher rep range with a lighter weight, but still a weight that is going to challenge us at that rep range. All right, so kind of varying it up a little bit. So again, please make sure that you're picking up a heavy enough weight. When we strength train and build muscle, we are doing a great service for our metabolism. 65% of our overall total daily need goes to maintaining muscle, bone, and intercellular water. And the only way to build that up is by progressive strength training, by asking our bodies to adapt to a different stimulus, and by challenging ourselves. All right, happy lifting, my friends. Get after it.